This is actually my third version of this video. I apologize if it's out of order. I've kind of thrown together some aspects of the first two videos. I just learned more facts along the way as I keep doing the videos. And this is most likely going to be my final version. I've gotten a lot more information over the last several days. I got pretty lucky in the information that I was actually able to find, and I'm looking forward to sharing it with everybody here in this video. Many of us are familiar with Caleb Ponder, but for those that don't know, he was the youngest child of George Ponder, 1901 to 1975, and Allie Holliday, 1900 to 1958. He would have been the youngest sibling of Jane, Ernestine, Harriet, George H., and George W. He was born April 30th, 1934, and his death date is listed as May 1st of 1960. Records received from NARA, which took over 6 months, provide the next bit of information. He joined the Marines, or USMC, on June the 2nd, 1952. On July 15th of the same year, he failed the test to become sergeant. And it becomes clear at some point after this, it just seems that he gets frustrated and seems to lose his passion for being there. Later in the month of July and August, he put in a request to transfer to another unit and also declined to take another test to become sergeant. Okay, so this is pretty significant here. This is in November of 1954. He winds up in the Army hospital. I'm going to go ahead and read most of this because it's really important to the ending of this video. And so basically, it says that the patient is a 20-year-old corporal with 2 years and 7 months of total service who was admitted to this hospital, Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, on November the 10th, 1954, with a diagnosis of psychogenic aesthetic reaction number 3175 because the patient had repeatedly complained of back pain for which no evidence of appropriate organic illness could be found. So, on admission, he complained of being chronically tense, unable to sleep, feeling anxious and run down. He had always been dependent on both parents to support him if he wasn't working and had been unable to adjust to any responsibility required of him in the Marine Corps. He resented being given jobs and to do had such a low tolerance to stress that either minor teasing by his buddies made him anxious. Psychiatrically, he was not psychotic, but was oriented in all spheres. He was very passive and dependent individual, unable to assume responsibility necessary in the service. He had always been supported emotionally by his parents and was unable to stand minimal stress. He was inept, immature, indecisive, and totally unmotivated for further useful service. Physical examination indicated laboratory procedures, no evidence of organic disease except for the diagnosis of herniation of nucleus pulsus. uh, Basically, they said that the past history revealed that he is the sixth of six children of a Texas family. Mothers had two nervous breakdowns, and Father 54 had a weak heart. Other than that, the patient gave a bland family history. The patient quit school in sixth grade at the age of 14 because he made a poor adjustment in school. He worked successfully in a grocery store, drugstore, box company, title company, paper company, etc., usually quitting because he felt he had not been making enough money. Patient was talked into joining the Marine Corps by his brother. He had never socialized much and had some difficulty adjusting to other people. He had been delinquent in early adolescence and had been caught busting windows, street lamps, etc. Patient had never had office hours in the Marine Corps. Uh, During his course in the hospital, he remained immature and passively dependent. It was the opinion of the psychiatric staff that the patient had a lifelong passive dependency reaction which precluded further useful service. Uh, so basically, and I looked that up, that basically means dependent personality disorder, is kind of the words nowadays for that. And with that, January 11th, 1955, he is discharged from USMC. It stated that he couldn't adjust, and it sounds like somebody that just wanted to go home. That's really what I got out of it. I mean, it sounded as if it's even possible that, he was acting up just so he could go home in a way. Um, and so that's where this really ends.